What is going on, YouTube? Just helping you out here. And for this video, I'm going to be unboxing the SecuX V20 cryptocurrency hardware wallet. Now, before we get started, if you want to buy one of these or another SecuX product, you can find them at this website and use code JustHelpingYouOut to get a 15% discount on V20, W20, and W10 hardware wallets, as well as the Xseed product series. Those details are also in the description below. I will likely also make a video on how to set up the V20 wallet, as well as a review video once I have used the product for a decent bit of time. With that, let's get this box open. This box is really taped up well. Alright, so here we have the box for the product, and I'm just going to go ahead and set this packaging off to the side. And this does have a little bit of plastic wrap on it, so I'm just going to go ahead and take that off right now as well. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and set this plastic wrap off to the side as well. And now we can take a look at the front of the box here. You see we have the product front and center right here, and that is against a gray box right here, and then there's the white that goes behind that gray box. And I really do like that they chose to use a lighter gray and a white here, because the product itself is pretty dark in this picture, so I think it contrasts the box really well, and it makes that product pop on the box, which from a consumer point of view, I really like to see that the product is the star of the box. And then just for a little added touch, they put a little reflection right here. Up in the top left corner here, we have SecuX's logo, and down here, it's the product, a V20 cryptocurrency hardware wallet, and then this is compatible with Bluetooth, and over here is their Infineon secure element chip that I will talk a little bit more about later. So overall, pretty simple on the front of the box here, but I actually do like that. Sometimes companies will include way too much detail on the front or make it way too cluttered, and I think that makes it a little more difficult to grab the customer's attention. So this right here is really all you need. The company, the product front and center, what the product is, and maybe a couple important features. Now you'll notice I didn't say anything about what these two black strips are right here, but I'm going to talk about those a little bit later. Now, one last thing that I want to say about the front is I think that it's important to have more than just the simple front. And what I mean by that, I think there needs to be more detail about the product on other parts of the box, usually on the back. And that way you have the front that catches the customer's eye, and then on the back you can read about the more important details. So if we go ahead and move on to the bottom here, you'll see we have another SecuX logo. On either side, there isn't anything there, but you will notice that this box is a little different than the traditional box. So in this case, it looks like you have a full box that goes around here, and then this middle piece can slide in and out. So I do like that they made their box a little more interesting than something that's just basic. In my opinion, I do think that a fancier box like this can also make the product seem like it's higher value. So I think that is something that's nice to see. Now, if we go ahead and move on to the top of the box here, you just flip that over. You'll see down here it says it was made in Taiwan. Here we have SecuX's website, and there's a QR code if you just want to scan it and go right to that on your mobile device. And then over here there's some trademark information as well as a couple other things. So now if we go ahead and move on to the back, it looks like we do have more detail about the device, and that is exactly what I like to see. So up here, SecuX logo again, what it is, V20 cryptocurrency hardware wallet. They claim to be innovative, intelligent, and invincible. And with this particular product, this features the world's most secure, easy to use hardware wallet. SecuX V20 puts you in charge of your digital assets with innovative technology. That is contained in this white piece right here, and they go into a bit more detail in this gray piece. So they have vault grade protection, and so this is that chip that I was talking about earlier. It's embedded with military-grade secure element chip to safeguard your private key and PIN against potential risks. And on their website, they also do claim security at many levels, such as design, supply chain, hardware, firmware, software, and user behavior. And this right here is what sets apart hardware wallets from other wallets. All of the important information is kept on the device itself, so you need the device to be able to access it. Whereas other wallets, such as the ones that may be on your mobile device or on the computer, they may be more flexible and easy to use, but they're much more susceptible to being hacked or having someone steal your information and ultimately your assets. And you don't want that. So that is one huge benefit of using hardware wallets, such as this one right here. This also has Bluetooth and USB connectivity, so you can securely connect via Bluetooth 5 or USB Type-C. Anytime, anywhere with advanced encrypted technology. And one thing that I would like to add is Bluetooth may not seem so secure, but in this case, you can enable two-factor authentication. That way, some random person can't just connect to your device via Bluetooth. It has a solid design with attention to detail and impeccable craftsmanship created the diamond-shaped aluminum frame. It has a large 2.8-inch color touchscreen to browse through your investment portfolio and verify transactions easily on their large 2.8-inch color touchscreen. There's cross-platform compatibility, so you can manage your assets on multiple operating systems like Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Chrome OS, iOS, and Android. And they have over 1,000 cryptocurrencies supported, and they are constantly adding more. And the last thing that I want to say about it is the box has a nice finish on it. So this right here is pretty smooth. And again, that adds to that premium look and feel. Okay, so now we can get back to these seals that I was talking about. They are tamper-proof sealing labels. So you see they're black with a white SecuX logo in the middle, and they are designed such that if you try to tamper with them, they will change how they look. So that way you would know if somebody opened this up and then tampered with your hardware wallet. So now if I go ahead and try to take it off, you'll see exactly what I mean. So after pulling halfway through it here, you see it's kind of leaving some residue on the box. But then if you also look at the sticker, you'll notice that it has words on it. And this actually says open. And since I only did half of it here, you can see kind of a comparison of what the sticker looked like before and after I opened it up. But I'm just going to go ahead and continue opening it so I can get inside the box. So that's one. And now I'll go ahead and do the same thing to the other one. I do kind of wish these didn't really leave residue on here just because, you know, this is sort of sticky. So if you set the box down on something, it can stick to it, or if it catches on your clothes for some reason, it can just kind of be unpleasant and make a mess and make it annoying to clean up. So I just wish that residue didn't stick, but I do like the safety feature. So now if we go ahead and slide this box out, as I mentioned before, I'm just going to go ahead and set this sleeve off to the side. And now this box doesn't really have anything on it, so I'm just going to go ahead and open that up as well. And there you have it, the V20 hardware wallet itself. So it looks like we have a foam pad here, and there are 2 finger holes here to actually take it out. I do like that they have this foam pad just to keep it protected in the packaging, and that'll help it not get damaged during transport or if they're just handling it in any facility. So I really like to see that, and I do like that they included the finger holes to make it easier to get out. Sometimes companies don't do that, and you almost have to shake it a lot or really try to dig into it to get the product out. So glad they did that. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take this out and set it off to the side for now and see if there's anything else in the box. And it looks like we have a little thing in the bottom here, again with a finger hole. So I'm just going to pull that out. And it looks like this is just a little cardboard piece to separate the product from the other stuff that we have in the bottom here. So I'm just going to set this piece off to the side. And it looks like we have a little bag here. And this provides a good place to store the device just to prevent it from getting dusty or getting scratched or anything wherever you decide to put it. And it's also good to be a travel bag, so that way you can take your device with you pretty much wherever you want to go. And you'll see it has a SecuX logo on it in black. And this bag is pretty soft and smooth. Looks like we have a couple little strings here, so that way you can pull them and tighten it. And If we open this up, so inside here they provided a cord, and this is a USB to USB-C cord. And you'll notice it actually isn't a typical USB-C, it's one that has a 90-degree angle. Pretty cool, they included one of these, and this is used for a couple different things. It can be used to connect the wallet to another device, or it can be used to charge the wallet. So I'm just gonna set both of those off to the side, and now it looks like the last things that we have in here are a few pieces of paperwork. So if we take a look at this top one here, it says passphrase and hidden wallet. And then right here it says the hidden wallet is an advanced feature that enables extra protection by setting up a passphrase. And basically what this is this is some special little wallet that you can set up in addition to the regular wallet on the device. And I highly recommend that you go to their website and learn more about this before you set it up. So now if we go ahead and flip this over, this kind of gives you a little more information on how it works. So one of the things that you'll have to do when you set up your device is you'll have to give it a PIN. And that's another added layer of protection that this device has. So if somebody were to just pick up your device, they wouldn't be able to get in unless they knew the PIN. Now, what you can do is you have one PIN that'll be for your standard wallet, and then you can have a hidden wallet that's a second PIN, so it'll take you to a different menu depending on the PIN that you enter. So this is a card that you're going to want to keep, and if for some reason you forget your PIN or passphrase, you're going to want to write them down on this card and store this card in a safe place that only you know. That way, if for some reason you forget them, you can come back to this card and you will know what they are, and you will be able to get into your device. And there's a QR code over here that will take you to SecuX's website and help you to set this up. Now, one thing that I do want to point out is that their website is very helpful. I did take a look at it before I made this video, and it gives you a step-by-step guide on essentially everything. So safety and security, setting up the device, how to add accounts, how to add tokens, how to send and receive crypto, how to update your device, all the features and how to use them. And then it also includes other things such as what coins and tokens are supported, other platforms that work alongside SecuX, and then they have a frequently asked questions and troubleshooting page. So if you do decide to get one of these devices, I really do recommend utilizing their website, as it essentially provides all the information that you need to use this. Okay, so I'm going to set this first card down, and now we'll move on to the second one here, which is the SecuX V20 Hardware Wallet Quick Start Guide. So if we go ahead and open this one up, it contains a ton of information. So there's introduction, there's checking the package to make sure that those seals are not tampered with. This tells you what's contained in the box, preparing for setup, some safety and security information, a step-by-step guide on how to set up the device, and then on the other side, it continues the device setup, how to connect to a computer, and how to connect to a mobile device. So even in this little packet right here, it gives you a lot of information on how to get started with your device. I'm going to set that one off to the side. And then the last two things that are in here are two recovery sheets. If we take a look on the other side, you see we have 24 lines. And this is designed such that if for some reason your device gets lost, it gets stolen, it gets damaged or something, you can use these 24 unique words to recover your device. And so you get these 24 words off the device, you're supposed to write them down on these cards, and then you're supposed to store these two cards in different locations, but places that you know no one else would find them. So if something happens to your device, you can go grab one of these cards, you can enter your words into a new device, and you'll be able to recover all of your assets. Now, one way that this ties into your PIN that I mentioned before is your PIN that you have to enter to get into the device. If you enter it in wrong enough times, the device will factory reset. And again, that is a safety feature. That way, if somebody were to steal your device and they didn't know your PIN and they got it wrong enough times, the device would be wiped. You could grab one of these cards, enter them into a new device, and you would have all of your stuff back. The person that stole it would have nothing. Okay, so now that I have talked about these cards, let's go ahead and take a look at the actual device. So as I mentioned, it is in this little foam piece, so I'm just going to go ahead and take that foam piece off. And now first impressions with this, it's reasonably light. I would say it's a little bit lighter than a smartphone, so nothing crazy. On the front here, we have that 2.8-inch display, and then there's this circle of glass kind of encasing it there. Now, if you look around that screen, you'll see we have that metal encasing. So this is aluminum, and you'll see that we have these flat pieces that go all the way around. Here we have the power button. And then if we keep going around, we have another one of these tamper stickers. This time it's blue. I'm going to go ahead and take that off. You'll see it again left a little bit of residue, which is a little bit of a pain, but we can just take all of that off. Okay, so I got that sticker off, and it actually doesn't feel like there's any residue left over, so that's good. Maybe on the box, that leftover residue would actually come off pretty easily, so maybe I spoke too soon on that one. But here we have that USB-C port, which I mentioned earlier would be used for charging it or connecting it to another device. So there are a few reasons why I really like this metal encasing. First off, for durability reasons, if for some reason you were to drop this, because it's metal, it'll be a lot less likely to get seriously damaged as opposed to it being glass or plastic or something like that. And I also do like that these pieces are flat as opposed to this just being a whole circle. That way it makes it a lot easier to grip. And lastly, I think the metal gives it a premium look. Now, one thing that I don't like about it that I just noticed is this metal doesn't really extend over this screen at all. It does maybe a slight bit, but because it's such a small amount, I'd be concerned that if this device was dropped face down on its screen, that little lip might not be enough to protect it. Maybe it is, but that does concern me. So I do wish that maybe that lip was a little bit bigger. Now, if we move on to the back here, you'll see we have some little indentations that go around on that metal piece, and I do like those. I think it makes it look a little more interesting as opposed to it just kind of being boring. And then we do have another SecuX logo on this black piece right here. Now, this black piece is made out of rubber, and I do like that choice as well. That way, if you were to set this down on some sort of hard surface, it would make it a lot harder to accidentally knock it off, since this rubber would grip really well to the hard surface, and it would be a lot harder to slide it across that surface. This also does help when you're holding it, so if you have it in your palm like this, it makes it a little bit harder to slide around on your hand, and I do like that because these side pieces, although they are flat and make it easier to grip that way, they are pretty smooth, so it does kind of make it feel a little bit easier for it to kind of slip out of your hand or kind of slide around. So the fact that this is rubber and it can stick more to your hand, that makes me a lot less worried about dropping it. So good design decision there, and again, it has these little indentations. In this case, it looks like a gear, and again, I really do like that just because it makes it look a bit more interesting. And really overall for the looks, I really do like the look of this. So I think they did a good job on the design, both in terms of aesthetic and functionality, aside from the lip on the screen, as I mentioned before. Now, one thing you may have noticed is this little piece right here with a pinhole in it, and that is a factory reset button. So if for some reason your device freezes on you or something really weird is happening and there isn't really any good way to fix it, what you can do is you can stick a little pin in the hole, and there should be a button that you press, and it'll factory reset your device as if you just took it out of the box for the first time. Now, that may seem scary because if you have a bunch of assets on there, you may be afraid of losing it all if you factory reset the device. But as I mentioned earlier, you have those recovery cards with your 24 words. So what you can do is you can re-enter all those words once the device is factory reset, and you should have everything back as if you never reset in the first place. Now, the last thing that I want to mention about this device is the battery life. So on their website, they claim that this is a 600 milliamp hour battery. And to give you an idea of what that means, that's about 15% of a smartphone battery. So that may not seem like a lot, but they claim that could be 7 hours of nonstop use. And a device like this probably wouldn't take nearly the same amount of power as a smartphone would, and you also wouldn't be on it all the time. So chances are you could probably go a reasonably long time without charging it, and since the battery is smaller, charging it probably won't take that long. Alright, so overall we have the V20 cryptocurrency hardware wallet right here. We have the sleeve that was around this box right here. We have this cardboard piece that separated the device from the rest of the accessories in the box. Here we have that foam piece that was used to protect the device. Here we have a little protected bag that you can store the device in, and it could also be good for if you want to travel with it. Here we have a 90-degree USB to USB-C cord for charging and connecting to another device. And then finally, we have a little bit of paperwork here. We have 2 of those recovery cards. We have that one that talks about the hidden wallet, and then we have the last one that's a quick start guide. Alright, so that's about it for this unboxing. Again, if you do want to get your own V20 wallet or one of SecuX's other products, you can find them at this website and use code JustHelpingYouOut to get a 15% discount on V20, W20, and W10 hardware wallets, as well as the Xceed product series. You can also feel free to check out all our other unboxing videos in the playlist in the top left corner. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, leave a comment if you have any questions or an idea for a future video. Feel free to follow my Instagram in the description below. And lastly, please don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends about my channel so I can grow and help more of you guys out. I'm just helping you out. See you in the next video.